welcome back. You're watching Thrift Store Rundown's Odyssey to the Oscars. But when it comes to bringing the Academy Awards home on a budget, well, we're on the case. Oscar winners and nominees don't often deliver Oscar-worthy performances if films are not that Oscar-worthy to perform in. And this is a prime case example. Case 39 purchased for $2.69. It's from Paramount Vantage, directed by Kristen Alvott, starring Oscar winner Renee Zellweger alongside Ian McShane and Bradley Cooper. And in case you don't know, this is a blockbuster rental. I always have a soft spot for blockbuster. I own over a dozen blockbuster rentals. And yes, a blockbuster party game that I reviewed for my birthday last year. Back in December. This was previewed for $9.99. Some cases should never be opened, but I opened this and gave it a watch so I could tell you what I thought about it. Academy Award winner Renee Zellweger stars as Emily Jenkins, a children's services social worker in Oregon. In this terrifying supernatural thriller about a social worker who has been assigned the unusual and disturbing case of Lily Sullivan, a girl with a strange and mysterious past. When Emily opens her home in an attempt to help Lilith, it turns into a deadly nightmare she may not survive. Co-starring Bradley Cooper of The Hangover, Case 39 is a heart-stopping killer with stalling surprises that lead to a shocking and a sinister ending. Special features include some behind-the-scenes featurettes. We have 4 of them. Filed under evil. Inside Case 39. Turning up the heat on the chill factor. Inside the hornet's nest. This guy, hornets coming out of his entire body. Ears, mouth, nose. Hornets on its back. That reminds me why my stepdad was so deathly afraid of bees. My stepdad is scared of bees. In fact, he's allergic. And if he gets stung by a bee, well, that's the end of him. Playing with fire and some deleted scenes. This is rated R for violence and terror, including disturbing images. It has a running time of 109 minutes. I have to say, the stars in here do a pretty good job. They manage to segue into their roles and play them to the best of their ability. And that's saying something because the film itself isn't that memorable. It's one of those films that I often say would, have you startled to death for like 45 minutes or so, and then you just forget about it afterwards. It leaves your subconscious after a good period of time, but you don't regret watching it. This is one of those films. But I do have to say, the most relatively, remarkably dominating performance, well, that's Jodelle Ferland as Lilith Sullivan. It turns out, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, there's more to Lily Sullivan than meets the eye. Meets those dark, devilish, sinister eyes. As far as playback itself went, well, no problems. Playback went smoothly. Kristen Alvott has a very stylish eye, very aesthetic appeal, but that too is simply forgettable. And, well, isn't really that stand out. The score by Michael Britz, well, that oversells the film just a little bit, but his song written for the film that plays over the end credits, Army of Angels, is actually pretty good. Actually, let me keep this open for just a second, so I can give this a very fair 4 claps. This is a very good film, but it's not that particularly memorable. But you social service workers who happen to gaze upon this film at least once in your life, if you're not fond of Renee Zellweger's performance, you might be out for her blood. If you are, you might be out for her blood too. Either way, you know whose blood you should be out for? Kristen Alvott and Ray White, who wrote this film. As for me, I'm not going to be hunting down for blood for any of these guys, because, well, I happen to like the film. I don't regret watching it, but I wouldn't mind watching it in the next few months from now. Case closed. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow's another awesome day, so long as I catch you on the thrift side. Until then, stay golden.